I don't think you're interesting or intelligent or creative or artistic. So why the hell would I take your opinion? You're a loser. Sorry, like your opinion's nothing to me.
Gabbie Hanna left the internet for a year after being involved in a ton of controversies and kind of showing herself to be not the greatest. But not that long ago she came back and people were starting to think that the time away was really good for her, that maybe she had changed as a person and grown and learned more about herself, and also that she had gotten more into Christianity. That's kind of her thing at the moment. And this belief is kind of why I didn't talk about Gabbie Hanna's return to the internet. A lot of people did, and absolutely no hate to those people. Like, I watched those videos. They were interesting to watch. I just personally didn't want to talk about it because I didn't have anything to say. I just felt like, well, she came back, but she hasn't done anything. Like, there's no problem. She's allowed to be here, so I'm just gonna step back and not talk about this one. However, Gabbie is Gabbie, and I made a mistake. I made a mistake by giving her the benefit of the doubt, because she has come back and she has proved that she is just as bad as she ever was, if not worse. And this all comes from an interview that she did with Oxford University. Of all institutions to do an interview with. Of all institutions to interview Gabbie Hanna, this was the one. But it kind of went under the radar, and some of the things that she said in that really, really just show her true self coming out. And by her true self, I mean that kind of mean person that I have talked about a lot on this channel. I want to go over the interview with you, in particular the main points that I have an issue with and that I think people need to see, but it would be conducive before that to just go over some of the controversies that Gabbie Hanna has been involved with, just in very shorthand, one sentence, speed run kind of version of things. Now, if you want a longer version, more in-depth about the controversies, if you never knew or if you've forgotten, I have made videos on that in the past. There's a playlist linked in the description that you can check out. If I went through all of that here, the people who already know and don't need a reminder will be bored, so I'm not going to go over it all here. Some of the things that she has been called out for include giving the benefit of the doubt to a man who did some terrible things to a friend of hers, Jessi Smiles. She allegedly lied about Trisha Paytas having herpes to her boyfriend, something which she admitted to but said it was out of concern. Up for debate, I guess. And in more recent fashion, and something which I covered in depth, she just completely lost it at everybody and anybody that she had ever interacted with online or in person. She did a slew of Instagram stories and TikToks every single day, just attacking people. One of the people that she attacked was Rachel Oates.
Which is hilarious because she really thinks that I can't accept criticism, when the first time her friend confronted her about her shitty toxic behavior, she blamed me, the permanent goat of the internet, and then stopped talking to her friend. Face yourself, bitch. Like, that's crazy to me. And you know why she hasn't critiqued my work in months? Because the last couple times she did it, she started getting overwhelming hate from people both on the internet and in her real life, because people started to see through it. They were like, why are you still going at this girl? Like, relentlessly. She can't stop. And it's because when she talks about me, she gets hundreds of thousands to millions of views, and then she posts a little makeup get ready with me and gets 4,000. That's why she cares about my art. She's not a artist. I don't care about her because she has no accomplishments in art or has proven to me that she's actually intellectual enough to understand art. I accept my criticism from talented, smart people, not abusive, toxic, exploitative bullies on YouTube. And then when you got called out of it, got super defensive. Like, you literally just ran away and blocked me instead of looking at your own criticism. You can't take criticism towards yourself at all. I've still never blocked you after all of the harassment. I can't stand even the tiniest ounce of criticism. You're a fucking monster. You're a bitch.
And you might be asking why? It was because Rachel Oates made a review video of Gabbie Hanna's poetry book, didn't like Gabbie Hanna's poetry, gave some criticism to it, and because of that, Gabbie then decided that she was an awful person, and a bully, and mean, and some words that I probably shouldn't say on YouTube because, you know, no money for me. Rachel is a friend of mine, so obviously I'm going to be biased in the situation, but I'm pretty sure at the time that this was happening, I was not friends with Rachel, or we were mutuals, but we hadn't ever spoken. I can't remember. It was a very long time ago. So at that time, I still thought it was terrible, and so did everybody else. So that version of me was not biased, and that version thinks the same thing that this version thinks, that it was bad and Gabbie was in the wrong. Plus, she also attacked a ton of other people, like I said, like Angelika Oles, for example. And there's a ton of other things, but again, like I said, you can check out the playlist. That's kind of all the context you need for now, but let's get into the interview.
And thank you so much for being here.
This is awesome.
This is not a problem, but I just love the fact that she is doing an interview with Oxford University, and the first thing she says is, "This is awesome." It's just so unserious. I don't know. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think it's a little bit casual, maybe, for the occasion.
Well, I'm really glad you've made it here, given you've just got a new song out. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I wondered if you could tell us a bit about that. I mean, it's called Where Did I Go? Where did you go?
Where did I go? So it was just time to take a step back. I actually just posted a YouTube video about it, and what time is it right now? It just went live 8 minutes ago, actually. It was half like divine timing and then half a little bit of like, let me plan around that divine timing. But yeah, I was planning on coming back on leap year anyways. And then you guys had hit me up and I was like, what are the dates? And like the flight was on leap year. I was like, okay, let me come back and immediately get on a plane, not have too much access to the internet, social media, be busy.
Also, you're gonna see that this is a recurring theme with Gabbie these days, that everything is spiritual and divine timing. Although she kind of contradicted herself by saying it was partly divine timing, but also let me play around with the divine timing. So does that not just mean that it was planned? Like, it was planned timing? No problem with that. And also no problem with thinking things are spiritual and divine. I think a lot of things are aliens or astrology, so I can't judge. It just stood out to me, okay? You know what though, for a video of me talking about Gabbie Hanna, I honestly feel like I'm being pretty calm, because if you guys have been here for a while, you will know in other videos where I've talked about Gabbie, I tend to get a bit heated, and that's because I'm a pretty high-strung person anyway, and then you just combine that with her antics and her behavior, and it just irritates me and I get so annoyed, and then that just comes out immediately in my videos. Like, off the bat, I'm coming off aggressive, and it's not a good look, but I think I'm being pretty calm here today. I do think that that is partly due to this entire new morning routine that I've got going on, which is helping me a lot. Like, I feel like I'm just a calmer person all of a sudden. And don't worry, I'll tell you what the routine is. We do not gatekeep here. Magic Mind reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try their mental performance shots, and then if I liked them, we could maybe talk about working together. So I thought I'd give it a go. So their performance shots are meant to help with energy and focus, procrastination, mental clarity, and it's got some really good ingredients in it, like ceremonial grade matcha, ashwagandha, and lion's mane mushroom, plus a few others including vitamin C and vitamin D. And I had been looking for something like this for a while, so I was intrigued, and I took on their 7-day challenge to drink this every day for 7 days and see how I felt afterwards. See if it worked, basically. This is my first day of drinking Magic Mind. The thing is, there are so many distractions going on at any given time that it's just so hard to focus on the things you actually want or need to be doing. And I found that really difficult as somebody who is self-employed, who is also in college, and who has a lot of other side projects that she's trying to do at any given time. And I and a lot of people have thought that in order to be a high performer and to get all this done, you just needed to be stressed all the time. Magic Mind wanted to fix this problem by creating a drink that can give you 100% mental performance without any of the down effects like over-caffeination or jitters or anxiety. And I think they've achieved that, to be honest with you. Like, it really does help with focus and mental clarity, and with all of that, it's truly great. And it's not any kind of coffee replacement. I mean, I drink it with coffee, but because the Magic Mind shots have L-theanine inside them, that helps to prolong the effects of the coffee. After taking these shots for a while, I love them, and they will just be a full-on part of my routine from now on. I'm calmer, I'm more focused, I'm getting so much done, but I am way less stressed about it all. So if you want, I got a little discount for you guys. You can go to magicmind.com/Vangelina and use code Vangelina20. That code is going to get you 48% off off your first subscription for the next 10 days or 20% off a one-time purchase. It's a great deal, wouldn't want to miss it, so check that out. And thank you so much to Magic Mind for sponsoring this video. Now let's get on with the rest of it.
And you felt that you did want to come back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think that was?
It just really came down to like, I have been given like so many blessings and gifts. So for me to just benefit from it for so many years for selfish reasons, and then just be like, all right, well, I got what I wanted. I'm not going to use it for anything else. It just seemed like a waste. Like I was given a platform, I was given an audience, sometimes great, sometimes terrible, but like no matter what, people are looking. So if people are looking, it would be really selfish to not use it, even if it's easier to like.
Just the sheer ego to say, I think it would be selfish for me to not make social media content. Like, I love my job, right? This is my job. I'm a YouTuber. I make videos for you guys. I am under no impression that I am, like, bestowing gifts upon you by making YouTube videos. Like, this is sort of a symbiotic relationship. Like, I make the videos. I like to make the videos. You like to watch the videos. And here we are. It's not me being like, here, these are my gifts that I'm sharing with you. And sometimes some of the content I put out actually feels more like I'm punishing you. Like the times that I put out songs, that's definitely a punishment. But just the sheer audacity and the ego to be like, you know why I came back? It was because it would be selfish not to. Like seriously, Gabbie, just say, I wanted to come back to YouTube. I wanted to make videos. I wanted to do TikTok and stuff. It's fun. I want to share music. I like connecting with my audience. That's all great. But you're not like, you know, it wouldn't be selfish of you to be like, I'm gonna dip, I don't want to do this anymore. Just say you wanted to do it. You don't have to come up with this weird reasoning. Oh, this is my favorite bit of the whole video, and it's not even like the worst bit, but it is the funniest, I think.
Do you feel you have a kind of set thing you want to use the platform for now, or are you still kind of figuring that out?
Totally. I think, I know that the UK is like pretty plugged into American culture and like politics, but it's obviously not the same as like being there. It's become very like echo chamber, tunnel vision, and we have a lot of people saying the same things. I think we're getting a little bit tired, and it's time for people to say some different things. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I kind of like battled through a lot of just like, I'm gonna keep doing this. So I have so many experiences that I think they're important to share. Like if you have a valuable lesson, why keep it to yourself just because it's less embarrassing, I guess, would be the answer. It'd be less embarrassing to put yourself out there over and over again.
That's all well and good, right? But I don't necessarily agree. Things seem quite polarized all across the world at the moment. Like there's people on extreme sides of everything, really just arguing with each other all the time. They're definitely saying different things. But at the same time, if you want to give more nuanced takes, that's great. I just don't know what she's particularly said that's so different and so wild to everybody else. And I feel like I'm nitpicking at this point. You can tell me if you think I'm nitpicking, but that kind of is the point of this video, is to nitpick, by the way. So I'm gonna do it. But I feel like this is just another case of her ego. Like she's gonna be the one to bring these new takes where everybody's just saying the same thing, but like literally what are you saying? What takes have you brought that are like so world-shattering or different or like out there or like fresh and new? Because I'm not seeing it. And I obviously went through all your socials, Gabbie, because I'm making this video, so I don't know. Again, you could just say, you know, I just wanted to share some opinions and my thoughts and maybe sometimes disagree with people, and that's fine. Cool. Not my thoughts are so different and nobody is saying anything different. Ever.
Dude, I don't know. I was like one of those irritating kids that was always just like a show off. So then when I like started off in my career, I was like, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. And I just like, if I would pick up an interest, I would just like want to put it out right away. And like learned a lot from that. I'm glad it happened.
No, can relate to the, not to the being a show off bit. I don't think I've ever been a show off, but I definitely pick up hobbies and new things pretty quickly all the time and then want to do something with it immediately. That is likely because Gabbie and I both have ADHD. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah, I wanted to do a poetry book because I would like just like tweet poetry late at night and my fans would be like, write a book. Mm-hmm. So I was like, why not? Like I keep getting all these offers, like it would be cool to publish it. It was more of an art book to me than like my notes, my journal was just like things I would write down, or like I thought like the words were clever or the drawing, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, it was natural for me. I honestly will turn down ideas that I don't think are gonna be, I won't do it if it's not fun. And you don't wanna work with me if I'm not having fun.
I have a few things to say about this. First of all, she did not tweet poetry, she tweeted tweets. That is fine. They were little inspirational quotes, shower thoughts, doesn't this make you think kind of things, which was, in my opinion, what her poetry book was. And again, I feel like I always have to say this because people just assume you don't think this, but if you like Gabbie Hanna's poetry or Rupi Kaur or any of those people, right, good for you. You can enjoy that. I like a lot of things that people probably think are crap. I really enjoy Ancient Aliens. It's a fun time. I like to nap to Ancient Aliens, in fact. It's a great nap. But let's not conflate tweeting poetry with just like saying things, because you were just saying things, and that is fine. You know, calling it an art book, I would actually say that is far more accurate. So can you start calling it that, actually? Just for my benefit more than anything else. Also, the last bit, the you do not want to work with me when I'm not having fun, is slightly scary. That's all.
How did you feel about kind of the reaction to the book? Obviously, some people like loved it, and then also there was some people didn't like it. And was
it's
that
interesting.
Her face instantly changes here, by the way. She's immediately like, yeah, some people didn't like it.
The thing with me with that was just like the first 2 or 3 years it was out, like everybody was just like really digging it and it was fine, but then it just kind of became trendy to use my name, and then like one girl went viral who like, the actual critiques don't bother me that much because like, this is gonna sound so bitchy, but whatever, like you have to be careful who you take your opinion from. Like you can say like you don't like my book, or you can like critique my literary style or whatever it is, but like I don't think you're interesting or intelligent or creative or artistic. So why the hell would I take your opinion? You're a loser. Sorry, like your opinion's nothing to me.
Do you see how quickly Gabbie goes on the attack? And do you know who she's talking about here? She's talking about Rachel Oates, who I mentioned earlier. Now, Rachel did a very in-depth critique review of Gabbie's poetry. It was not mean. She just critiqued it. Rachel reviews stuff. That's a thing that she does. Reviewers exist and have existed forever, and they're allowed to not like something. It doesn't mean that they're mean or rude or unintelligent, which is like so rude of Gabbie to say. Sorry, calming down. It's very rude of Gabbie to say all this stuff about Rachel. Oh, I don't think you're this or that or that. She goes straight to attack Rachel for not liking her poetry. Bearing in mind that she also sent Rachel her second poetry book to review. Like, she went out of her way herself to do that. And can we also say that Rachel is actually quite talented. She's extremely intelligent. She's a writer. She's a photographer. She's an artist. She's all these things. So, like, where are you going with this? And if it doesn't bother you so much, if you so don't care about the criticism, why do you immediately go to belittle her instead of just saying, she didn't like it, that's fine. That's okay. Because somebody who isn't bothered by criticism just says, well, you know, either, well, I still like it, or maybe I'll take some of these critiques on board next time. That's kind of what you do. If you're so unbothered, you don't go, that person, you know, you're a loser, you're like not intelligent or funny or smart. It bothers her so much, and I don't know why she's pretending it doesn't. And it's just really annoying. It was so like a mask slip kind of moment. Like, this is the old Gabbie. This is the old Gabbie Hanna, and she can pretend all she wants that this year away has changed her. In my opinion, all this year away was time for her to let things die down. Probably social media was getting a bit too much for her brain because she was getting a lot of hate. Like, let's be real, that's going to be hard for somebody. She was struggling with her mental health, all of that. That tied into it, but also to let things die down so that she could come back and release some stuff, and a lot of the haters, if you want to call them that, would have left. But she hasn't changed, make no mistake. She's still mean, she's still rude, she still belittles people, she still belittles other women, she still has a massive ego problem, and she still can't take criticism. sorry.
You're a loser. Sorry, like your opinion's nothing to me. That didn't bother me. It just got like kind of like boring.
Yeah.
When people were just like you're burning a book in 2020 that you bought in 2017. I already got your money. You know, it's just like, it's old.
They bought the book.
But at the same time, like it did make me better. It did, because like when everybody's critiquing you, like I will always take constructive criticism. Like I am not that girl. Like
We just established that you don't want to take the criticism because you think she's a loser. So kind of, you know, pick what side you're on here.
you have to be careful who you take your opinion from. Like you can say like you don't like my book, or you can like critique my literary style or whatever it is, but like I don't think you're interesting or intelligent or creative or artistic. So why the hell would I take your opinion? You're a loser. Sorry, like your opinion's nothing to me. I want to know. I send my stuff to all my friends. Like I'm posting something, I've sent it to 20 people already. You know what I mean? I want you to tell me the truth, because like there's a lot of people watching. But anytime people try to bring you down, like if you're a like talented person, you're gonna become better because of it. So like they made me more talented, and that's dope.
What she's essentially said here is like, yeah, I can take criticism because I send stuff to my friends. And, you know, I ask them to be honest. But if they tell me they don't like it, if people say they don't like something, then they're just bringing me down and they're haters. And you're stupid and a loser.
So I'm basically asking about like kind of August 2022.
Oh, yeah.
If that's okay.
Oh my gosh, no. Honestly, I look at it with fondness. What would you like to know?
For reference, this is the August that she's looking back at fondly.
God, I wish I could sleep. God, I wish I could sleep. I can't wait to sleep. God, please let me sleep. But I can't today, because there's babies dying on the fucking street. There's babies dying on the motherfucking street. You know, I saw a TikTok back when I was still using TikTok of babies on the street who adopted another baby on the street. 2 homeless babies adopting each other on the street, and they held hands all the way down the street. And he was speaking, and the mother said he's praying for him. The homeless baby praying for the other homeless baby. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up before we go to sleep. Wake the fuck up. There's babies on the street. You know, I might just be smarter than you think. Imagine me, the mother of a king. I might just be humbler than you think. You don't know what I ask for in between each blink. Imagine what a world might be if Steve Jobs had a V. What if a woman harnessed his power for humanity? Root for us. I'm fighting for we, our cross to bear. Don't you want to see? Wake the fuck up. Rise the fuck up, because he is we. He died for our sins here on earth. Hello? It's written in history. Pick the book up and read. She, Mother Earth, Father Time, and us, his ungrateful children who won't respect their mother, and his wisdom, and the ancestors who wrote his word for us in poetry and art. My Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother. What if I was the mother of God? Jack and the Beanstalk. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. There's more to that quote. I don't remember it though. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Pale ailment. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. I beat DID. I beat ADHD, depression, anxiety. I beat OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Disorder? What the fuck? You should be obsessive and compulsive. What the fuck are you doing? Wash your fucking hands, you nasty bitch.
I was kind of over it. Like I was like, this is not good for me. Like the public wasn't responding well to me.
Yep.
And what really came down to it is just like, am I going to choose my pride or my peace? So am I going to like keep kind of trying to defend myself, keep trying to like regain something that once was, or am I just going to accept what God is trying to give to me and step away? And I stepped away.
There was, in fact, a hidden third option here, which was to listen to the things that people are telling you. Now, not everybody, because some people just want to hate to be mean, but a lot of people had valid criticisms of you. And instead of trying to defend yourself, as you said, you could have worked on yourself, looked from within and seen, is any of what the people are saying about me true? Like, obviously everything can't be true, but maybe some of it is. Maybe I could be a better person. And you could have worked on yourself. Away from YouTube, on YouTube, or away from the internet, or on the internet, whatever you want, you could have fixed some of the not great aspects of yourself. Instead of thinking, no, everyone's hating on me, not because of my own actions, but because God wants me to step away from the internet. What?
So I put out the music, or I put out that album, then I stepped away. And I took maybe like somewhere around 2 weeks from when I promoted the album. I was like, I'm done. I deleted all my apps. And then I came back like 2 weeks later because I was just like, I'm not gonna let people just like win over me. Like I can do so much with this. Like when I started, it was always with mission. It was always with purpose. It was never supposed to be about like me and my music and my poetry. Like it was always about something further. It was about something to like put back into the world and create change.
Gabbie, this is not me being like a hater, right? I'm being so for real. What greater good? What change? What are you talking about? Like, she's saying again, like, no, I'm not gonna let people stop me from changing the world and bringing some good into it. It's not about me. It's not about my art or my music. We're internet creators. We create because we want to. We want to make things. We want to put it out into the world. Why are you lying to yourself about this? Because like this is just how it works. I'm not sitting here making a video for the greater good. Like I'm making a video because you annoyed me in this interview. And I think you've fooled people into thinking you've become a better person when you in fact haven't. So I want to talk about it. I want to tell people that. And you guys are sitting here watching it because you want to watch it. It's not that I'm putting out something greater and, you know, not being selfish with my gifts. This is just about making a video that I want to make. Just why does everything have to be so like... She really does think that she is this amazing person who God himself has put on this earth to like share her thoughts and wisdom and gifts with the world. Like it is so egotistical and so untrue. Like just say you want to make videos. Is that so hard? Oh God. Oh no, I said his name in vain.
Like, oh, we're all free Britney, until this successful, talented girl is doing real stuff and being constantly told she's crazy, constantly being gaslighted, when I'm telling you I'm fine. My bills are paid, my house is beautiful, my staff is paid. Like, my life is fine. Why are you so worried about me?
Because you are acting bizarrely. Like, it's not just about that one video where she's saying there's babies on the street, right? Obviously a serious issue. You are acting insane. And you said it yourself that you knew that it was going to get you viral. She has said this. She said that she knew her behavior was out there and it was going to go viral and people were going to watch it. And she was kind of using it to her advantage. Why is she rewriting this narrative now? And also, slam poetry is cringe. In my opinion, I don't like it. And I'm so glad that she thinks she's a talented girl. But I don't want to stoop to her level, but she's irritated me and she's just a bully. Like, she is just mean. Like, she's completely just bullying Rachel Oates because she doesn't like her. And I don't think you're that talented. I don't think you're that special as you think you are. And I don't think you're that great. You have a good voice on you. I give you that. Some of your paintings are cool. You make content. People watch it. You're not like God's gift to humanity. You're not that great. Like, that's just my opinion. Didn't she say that in something? Like, you're fat, you're ugly. That's just my opinion. But, like, if you think you're great, cool. If other people think you're great, cool. But not everybody does.
What you said as well about, like, even just you saying, oh, the internet wasn't responding well to me. And, like, I think, and you said earlier, people putting my name in things, it always did well. Like, it's quite scary, right? That you became that sort of person. Do you think there's any reason?
Probably. Because, like, I'm cool. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, because you had fame and, like, it would get clicks, right?
You see what I mean? Like, Gabbie has not worked on herself even slightly. She has not looked in and said, is anything that has been said about me true? Was I a bit of a cunt? Rachel Oates? Did I go too far with some of the things that I said to people? Was I a diva in some situations? Was I unnecessarily mean to that person? Should I have treated Jessi Smiles a bit better? Instead of asking yourself these questions and thinking, you know, maybe I could have done some things differently, I'm going to change. No, the only reason anybody hated on me was because I'm cool and successful. That is it. She has not changed. She is never going to change. I fully believe that this woman is so egotistical that she's completely incapable of changing and becoming a good person. And she talked a bit about this before, about all her charity work, and that is great. I'll give her that one. It is fantastic to do charity work. Very, very important, and I'm glad she's doing that. But that does not change the rest of the stuff that she's doing. It does not absolve her. She can do good things and also bad things at the same time, and they do not cancel each other out.
I think it's coming from a lot more grounded space where, like, to be honest, like, you can say and do anything and, like, I don't think I'm gonna be bothered. Like, what are you gonna do, talk shit about me on the internet? You know what I mean? Like, I'm square, so yeah.
Yeah, she can say that all she wants to, but I don't believe her, because the second that she just thinks about the fact that someone a few years ago didn't like her poetry book, she starts attacking them and saying that they're a loser. So that, again, not to, like, beat a dead horse or just keep repeating myself here, that is not the action of somebody who is secure and doesn't care what somebody about them on the internet says. You clearly care. There is more to this interview, and if you guys want, I'll go over the whole thing, but I feel like everything that I have shown you has proven the point that Gabbie Hanna has just not changed. She's the same person that she always was. She's a bully, she's mean, she can't take criticism, and she has an absolutely massive ego. And you know what? I'm not saying she shouldn't have a platform. Do whatever you want. Make your stuff. Make your art. Like I said, I think she has a decent voice. I think some of her art is cool. But you can do all of these things and just not be crappy about it. Like, people are allowed to criticize you. You are not God's gift to humanity. People can say things about you and about the work that you put out. And that's what it means to be an artist. It means to have people have different opinions about it. It's always going to be that way. And if you can't handle it, then don't do it. You don't have to do it. But if you want to do it so badly, which you clearly do, even though you say it's just because, you know, it would be selfish not to, I don't buy that for a second. It's just because you want to, which is fine. But if you want to do it so badly, learn to deal with the criticism, because it is always going to be there, no matter how amazing what you put out is. Even if you've created something which 99% of the population love and think is like the greatest thing ever created, some people are not going to like it. It's personal preference. It's just the way it is. And for somebody who was talking about everybody has the same opinions and they just say the same thing, you really don't like when somebody has a different opinion to you. Let me know in the comments what you think about all of this. And if you don't want to leave me a comment about that, then leave me a comment and let me know, how's the weather? Because I recently learned that people in other countries do not like talking about the weather, but I do. The Irish love talking about the weather. It is our favourite form of conversation, and at the moment, it's absolutely boiling. Even though we've had a crappy summer and it's been gloomy, it's boiling, and I'm really hot right now. So I kind of want to leave this room and go stand in my fridge. Please, if you haven't already, you can subscribe and turn on notifications. Truly do that. It really does help me, and I really, really appreciate it, and you'll get to see more videos from me like this or other things. If you have any suggestions of videos you want to see, whether commentary or otherwise, let me know. Follow me on social media, VangelinaSkov everywhere. In fact, just check out all the stuff in the description. There's lots of stuff there for you to check out, like Patreon and all of that. Like, comment, share, do all the things that I'm supposed to ask you to do at the end of the video, including remembering to check out Magic Mind with the link in my description. Thank you to them for sponsoring today's video, and thank you so much for choosing to spend this part of your day with me. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!